We're here with Johnny and Jaalene. Let's hear it. And Kid Ramos. All right. I'd like to introduce Music Preserve's president, Patty Compton, and we'll get this interview going. And then get to what you guys really want to hear.
Hi, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for coming today to the Music Preserve stage. And we are so excited to welcome Johnny and Jaalene and Kid Ramos to the stage today. And we're going to talk a little bit before, and then they're going to play a couple of songs for you guys. So thank you guys for coming. And I met you guys a little bit before, and you guys, I'm just so inspired by what you guys are doing. And I thought we'd talk a little bit about first how you guys got this going. How you got started with this.
You want to tell the story?
Jaalene, she sang a song for my birthday, my 18th birthday party, and
Angel Baby.
Yeah, she sang Angel Baby. And you want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, before all that, we've been going to church together since we were little kids, and I'm in the worship team at church. I sing every Sunday since 2010? Yeah. It's been a while. And I sang Angel Baby for his 18th birthday, and then ever since then, we kind of just, been singing together. So yeah.
That's a heck of an audition.
Yeah. It was very fun.
Clearly successful.
Yeah, so it's working out. So we talk a little bit also about the, the family tradition, and so your dad's Kid Ramos, so you've been around music for a while, but was it a conscious effort to pass the music down?
Never.
No, I wouldn't do that to him. That if you don't have a passion to do this, don't do it, please, because it's not going to be good. It's Johnny that's what Johnny had a passion to do, and I told both my kids, I want you to be happy. That's what I want you to do in life. Be happy. So if you find happiness in doing this, then do this, and if you find happiness in being a shoe repair person, do that, and I'll help you get into that. So that's what happened, and Johnny's been doing this, and my other son doesn't repair shoes. But
I've been making shoes ever since.
Yeah, but the idea is that you do what you have the passion to do, and if you can make a living doing it or make enough money to eat a couple times a day, then that'll work out pretty good for you.
Just a couple of times.
So I think what Patty was trying to get to is the idea that once that you'd seen that it was their passion, then what a resource to have in your dad and all of the artists that inspired you, that you played with, and I know your reverence and respect for those musicians. That's what I see being passed down, and then you guys spread it around, kids your age. I had the opportunity, to interview these guys for the Dana Point Times, and that's what the quotes were all about, that reverence, standing on the shoulders of giants and respecting them before, and then from you saying how exciting it is actually to bring the blues into the younger generation. So if you could talk a little bit about passing the torch and then you spreading that fire.
Well, I always say this with some of my older friends. I go, well, we're like the dinosaurs. We're going to go extinct, and this music's going to probably go away. But it's not true, because there's a lot of young people. Steven right here is a young guy that has a passion for this music and for playing the guitar, and Johnny and Jaalene. And there's young people that actually really like this music, and if we can carry that to the whole generation and keep things going, that's what I did. I was 16 years old, and I was driving to see Muddy Waters and Freddie King and all these guys and B.B. King, and it changed me. It did something to me, being able to see those guys, and then years later being able to play with a lot of my heroes, and we stand on the shoulders of those giants. We have to find the foundation, and then you build your house, but you got to have a foundation. You can't just build it on sand. So learning about that stuff, I've taught Johnny, and we listen to records, and I tell him who Magic Sam is, and he knows who T-Bone Walker and Howlin' Wolf. He knows what this music is. So then you take it and you do something with it yourself. That's what I tried to do, is to find your own voice, and that's the only way you'll be happy, really, is if you find your own voice.
All right. And then if you would speak to, how you guys playing it is introducing it to, to another generation.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. Like going around and I'm playing with people like Steven and just people that have like a genuine interest in blues music and roots music and all this raw, organic, like old American music. It's just like I mean, we're all just into music to begin with, but then we're into like, the same thing. So we're just all drawn to each other, and it's like a family. It's like a brotherhood of people just into the same thing, and it's a ball, man. That's all I got to say.
Are there what artists are specifically inspire you?
And everything.
I know you guys play some old, like really old music, from the 50s and stuff. So what's, who are you? I mean, what that's unusual for young kids, for young people to be into that music. So are there specific people musicians that inspire you?
The Everly Brothers. The harmonies are just insane. Like nobody could sing like those two dudes. It's just crazy. So we actually sing a few Everly Brothers songs. Jaalene loves Etta James and.
Yeah. I really like Connie Francis. She's really good, and her stage presence and everything about her. She's funny and she's in movies, and I think she's just an overall good at everything. She's awesome. Yeah. She really inspires me.
Yeah. Are you ready? Oh, you want you. You go ahead and ask the question, and we'll ask if they have any. Okay. But I like. Does the crowd have questions for Johnny and Jaalene and Kid Ramos before we have them play a couple of songs? Anybody? Everybody's good.
Okay, we have a question here. Who are you people? Oh, just 1 second.
How old are you, and when did you start singing?
No, you can't ask.
You might know that answer.
Disclaimer.
All right.
I'm 16, and I've been singing since I was a little kid, for as long as I can remember. So yeah.
I'm 19. I've been singing since I was like 12, maybe.
I was like 12.
I remember when electricity was invented. And don't let anybody tell you any different. Muddy Waters invented electricity. You know what's funny? We played this show with the Los Straitjackets, and they're all older guys like me, and they were listening to Johnny and Jaalene singing these songs from the 50s, and they said, if we were like playing songs like what they're doing related, we'd be doing songs from the 1890s. And I went, wow, you know what? You're right.